Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Amber and I'm so glad you've joined me today for my Weigh-In Wednesday, the time of the week when I give you an update on my 103-pound weight loss journey. I started this journey December 2018 at the height of my entire life at 248 pounds. And so let's talk about where I am today. So if you joined me last Wednesday, you know that I had not been tracking for the last month, you guys, between the allergic reaction I had and then hubby and I were on vacation for almost 2 weeks because we did an extensive road trip. So I am slowly but surely recovering from my vacation, you guys. It was quite a hike. But let's talk about what my goals were for this last week and how I measured up. Well, my goals were to do some form of activity every day. And I am happy to report that, yes, I did it. Now, it wasn't aerobic activity every day, but it was more movement than I have been. I tell you, our yard here, the weeds are growing crazy. So I had my work cut out for me, and I've been pulling weeds and spending time in the yard pretty much every day over the last week. I'm seeing some signs of my progress out there, so yay. I also did the Zaz machine, and hubby and I had a little date on Saturday evening, and we took a nice long walk on the beach, and that was really nice. So yes, stay tuned for that video. I just took some video of the surf coming in, and it was very relaxing. It was wonderful. I say beach therapy is always just the best. That salt air. So yeah, so I was moving, so that was good. Also, I have been slowly but surely getting back into my normal rhythm of eating lots of fresh produce. I stocked up on all of that at the farmer's market, if you caught that last video. So yes, that is pretty much what we eat. Lots of chicken, lots of chicken. We had been eating more fish. I think we fished out there for a little bit, but I know I posted my weekly meal plan. I think it was on Sunday. But today I'm switching what today's meal was going to be, and I'm doing a pot roast and veggies in the Instant Pot instead. So, you know, meal plans are flexible. We can switch things around and it's okay. But trying to use up some things, rotate stock in the deep freezer and that sort of thing. So I did make some really good collard greens. So we've had those the last couple days along with some sweet potatoes, and they were very good. So yes, getting back into the swing of things. I'm very happy about that, I can tell you. So last Wednesday, I said I was 189.8. And of course, that was up a little bit. I think before we left on our vacation, I was about 186. Following all of the, you know, allergic reaction stuff and all of that craziness. So today, I will tell you the last several days, it's been up and down. Like yesterday, I was 190. Yeah, that was not good. Today, I was 189.4. So down 0.4, 4 ounces. I will take it. So yes, that was really good. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm drinking my green tea, which helps with metabolism. And you know, just getting back, like I said, into the rhythm. I'm tracking again on the Lose It app. So I feel like my focus is there. So what are my plans moving forward for the coming week? More of the same. Trying to get in more activity. Every day. Just, I feel better. You know, I have arthritis. I feel like I'm 80. But my joints definitely, just being menopausal, you know, joint pain is real. The joint supplement I take is helpful, but I definitely feel better the more I move. So yeah, trying to stick with that plan. I wanted to Well, first of all, kind of recap where I am going with my weight loss journey. My goal, if you're new around here, is 145. So presently I'm 189. So that means I need to lose 44 more pounds. So that's feasible. So as it stands as of today, I have lost 59 pounds. Generally, I used to say I've lost 65 pounds, but I've picked up a couple pounds, but that's okay. 44 pounds, we will get there. So I love this little graphics. You guys know I'm a visual person. So this is where I was, 248 pounds. And then this is kind of where I've been over the last year, I would say. But I love this graph, this chart. I love it because it shows my progress, and yes, and it will go down again. Like I have talked about, you know, we will have hills and valleys in this weight loss journey, but that's okay. The main thing is to keep our head in the game, honestly. And this is a book I've shared excerpts with you before, the Mayo Clinic Diet 2nd edition book. And I wanted to share this chapter today, and it's talking about how to change behaviors. And I thought this was really good. It's talking about to achieve and maintain a healthy weight, you need to identify unhealthy behaviors and work to change them permanently. And it takes commitment and it takes motivation, definitely. So I wanted to encourage you guys, you know, really, I have talked about this in another video, but I have renewed my library card. So I am back in the game as far as reading. I used to love to read all the time. And I tell you what really interrupted that love is all of my surgeries and my health crisis. But I am back now. And I am able to concentrate for longer periods. That was a real challenge for me. But I have to say, with the advent of taking all of my good supplements, and which I will be posting soon, but my supplements and my smoothie and my protein powder, also what I throw in there is a mushroom powder, and that definitely has helped my level of concentration. So I am excited. I am back to reading, and I love it because I am a lifelong learner. I love to read. I love to learn new things, and sometimes you read things that you already know, but sometimes we need to be reminded, right? So this is talking about preparing for change. You know, we want to make some changes, but how do we get from point A to point B? Sometimes that is the great disconnect, right? So it's talking about it's not a race. Yes, I say this all the time, and I have to remind myself of this. So it's talking about, first, like I said, identify the things that aren't healthy for you and try to develop new habits. And it says, don't overreact to the scale. And this is so true. I always talk about don't hang your hat on the number on the scale. That is just a snapshot of today. That is not an indication of where you will stay, right? So it says, weighing yourself regularly can help in weight loss, but don't let the daily variations in your weight upset you. They may just be fluid changes. You have better control over what you eat and what you do than over the numbers on the scale. So concentrate on those actions as your goals. Absolutely. I think that's excellent, excellent advice. And then it says anticipate a lapse. And I think this is a very healthy approach because it is realistic. It is life. Sometimes, you know, we have these interruptions in our goals, and that's okay. You know, I talk about, I love the word grace because, you know what, we all need a little grace sometimes. It's okay. Preaching to the choir here, you guys. It says, there will be days when you eat more or move less than you intended, and this is what's called a lapse. And it's inevitable that you'll occasionally lapse, but it's important not to use your lapse as an excuse to give up. Yes, And it's talking about having a plan for such occasions. And honestly, I was talking about this last week, but I think the very best bit of advice is to never give up. Have your mindset that this is going to be a long-term plan, and just allow for the daily interruptions, the life interruptions, and just keep your eye on the prize. So yeah, for me, my goal is 103 pounds. That's a lot, right? But I don't look at it in terms of 103 pounds. Well, not anymore anyway, because I've lost a good bit, but I have so much more to lose too. But I have to say, since I have, some victories behind me, that definitely spurs me on to even greater victories. But above all of that, I have a lot of determination because I want to be as healthy as I can. And I've said this many times, but we don't want to live our, however many decades we have remaining in our lives. We don't want to live in a way that our health is compromised. We've come so far in our lives. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever you are, 60s, but you don't want to spend your remaining years in pain and misery if you can do something about it, right? So that is what this channel is about, encouraging you to be the healthiest you that you can be. That's certainly my goal. And it's talking about changing your behaviors. And it says, behavior change doesn't happen by accident. This is so true. I wanted to lose weight for many years, but wanting and actually making the hard decisions every day, there's a lot that lies in between, right? If you want to make lasting changes to your eating and activity habits, you need a plan, yes. And meal planning is definitely one of those keys, but also a plan for physical activity too. They say failure to plan is planning to fail. That is true, right? So there's many strategies for how to adopt healthier behaviors. Everyone has his or her own approach and his or her own pace for making changes. And it's likely that you won't follow the same plan for every change you want to make, right? So it says, number one, list those behaviors that you feel are unhealthy. So common examples include maybe eating too quickly, snacking throughout the day instead of eating regular meals, eating when you're under stress, skipping your walk when the weather's not perfect or the television beckons. Number two, select one behavior that you would like to change. And I think this is really good because sometimes when we can get overwhelmed by, all the things that we think we should be doing rather than trying to focus on one at a time, which, slow and steady wins the race. How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? Trying to change all the behaviors on your list at once can feel overwhelming and increase the chance that you won't be successful. Focus on changing one behavior at a time. And so then it says, as you think of strategies for change, consider how you developed the behavior. Are there underlying causes? And what benefit do you get from the behavior? Are there healthier ways to obtain this benefit? What are the negative consequences of this behavior? Identifying these factors can help outline the reasons for change. And number four, brainstorm ways to change this behavior. Think of 5 to 7 possible solutions and then decide on one strategy that is practical and doable. I like this part. It says, locking yourself out of the kitchen and carrying no money with you are 2 ways to prevent snacking, but they aren't realistic, right? Taking time over your noon hour to eat a healthy lunch and exercise is more realistic. So that's good. And then number 5, devise a plan to promote this strategy. How will you go about making sure that you have the time to eat and exercise during the day? And, you know, for every one of us, our schedules are different. I think a great fallback excuse that many of us have said at one point or another is, I don't have time. I don't have time to eat healthy. I don't have time to cook. I don't have time to exercise. But, you know, the reality is that we each are given the same number of hours in a day. It is how we choose to use them. Regarding cooking, I have to say the greatest advent to ever happen as far as kitchen items and gadgets is the Instant Pot. I love my Instant Pot. I'm always talking about it. We have two, and many days, probably most days, I have both of them going. They are great energy savers, especially in the summertime when I don't want to heat up the oven. And the one Instant Pot that we have is a Ninja, so it's also an air fryer. So like last night I put some little creamer potatoes in there, and actually once those were done, I stuck some broccoli in there to kind of roast that a little bit. I do like it better in the oven, but I have to say I like it in terms of saving energy. That was the first time I put it in the air fryer. But yeah, definitely we have no excuse with the advent of the air fryer, or even if you have a slow cooker, both of those, you know, set it and forget it. I love that kind of cooking. And in terms of exercise, I used to do this when I would go out walking in the mornings, but I would set out my clothes the night before, and that way it is kind of non-negotiable. I couldn't kind of create my own excuses as to I'm too tired or I wasn't going to do it. I do like that idea. I've kind of come away from walking in the morning, but probably once our weather cools off a bit here, I probably will start walking again. If it's cooler and feeling like fall in your neck of the woods, I am so jealous. I am so jealous. Because here in sunny Florida, I think the high today is actually 91. I've said this so many times, complain, but it has been in the 90s since May, you guys. We're done. We're ready for the 80s. That would be a cool front. The joys of living in a peninsula, on a peninsula. All right, so, and then it's talking about identifying obstacles to your goal and, you know, that sort of thing. So I think that this is really good. Talking about behavior changes. Oh, and then it's talking about more tips for behavior change, keeping a food diary. I would go one step further and just say use the Lose It app. It is so easy, user-friendly, and it even has the barcode thing that you can just scan an item if it has the package from the store. Obviously, if you're having a banana or produce, it's not going to do that, but it does remember your meals. So then that makes future tracking very easy. So I love the free version of the Lose It. You can upgrade to the membership version, but for me, I see no benefit right now. But yeah, that is easy. And it's talking about planning ahead and managing temptations. Definitely recommend this book. Maybe your library might have it. I got this copy. You see all my Post-its. I got this copy at the Goodwill bookstore. But I really like to read through, you know, healthy eating books, and it just further, you know, reinforces my goals. Sometimes I learn new things. Sometimes I'm just reminded of things that I already know. So yeah, I find it very helpful. So I encourage you to reinforce whatever your health and wellness goals are. You know, everything starts here, right? Central command. That's what the brain is. So definitely encourage you guys in that regard. So let me know in the comments below, what are your goals for the coming week? I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, thank you for being here, tagging along this 103-pound weight loss journey with all of the highs, the lows, the challenges and the victories. I am anticipating a loss this coming week. because I definitely plan to do more of the same, tracking, moving more, and continuing with my healthy meals. Lots of veggies, limiting carbs, but still having carbs. I do enjoy that. So I will see you soon. Many blessings. Take care.